Hello YouTube! Yes, it's me. I'm back for a little tiny itsy bitsy Transformers review. God, it's a lovely day here today. This has been like the first proper day of spring we've had. There was a bumblebee in my room earlier, battering itself senseless against the windows. I love seeing them do that. They're so cute. Miriam, and they don't realise. I just love it. Don't seem to get that there's something solid there. If I can see through it, I'm going through it. I can see through it, I'm going through it. I don't know what's up with me either. I don't know whether that's the coming spring that I can scent in the air. Really, I should be this energetic when the winter comes and everything starts dying and things get cold and dark. Hey ho! Anyway, what I'm reviewing today is slightly unusual for my channel. I don't think I've actually reviewed anything from this line before. I can't remember doing so. Anyway, this is from the Energon line, part of the Unicron trilogy. Arguably the weakest part of it, certainly in terms of the cartoon anyway. The cartoon of Energon sucked so much arse. It was unreal. A veritable sewer of badly animated, badly written pish, ladies and gentlemen. Anyone who managed to get through Energon, my hat, were I wearing one, would come off to you, because it is arguably the worst Transformers series in existence. Cybertron, I've seen a bit more of Cybertron. Cybertron is marginally better, but only marginally. I just by gnats. Fortunately, the toy line was hit and miss, very much like Armada was. Energon was generally of a higher quality, I think. All of the toys are interesting in Energon and Armada because they don't have any, unlike say Beast Wars, they don't have any unified aesthetic or design. That each and every one is a self-contained item that has no real reference to any of the others unless they happen to combine, which a lot of them do. So everything's an experiment. Everything has to be judged in and of itself. Marcus Aurelius, why can't I say that? Marcus Aurelius, yes, that's it. Consider each thing in and of itself, ladies and gentlemen, as Hannibal Lecter paraphrases. Anyway, this is Energon Shock... No, it isn't Energon Shock Blast. This is Energon Sixshot, who is a repaint of Energon Shock Blast, who incidentally should have been called Shock Wave, because he is Shockwave in every conceivable way. His big cyclopean head is Shockwave, his funny panelled chest thingy is Shockwave, his big old cannon arm is Shockwave, his colour scheme is Shockwave. But there was some sort of legal bollocks and Hasbro lost the rights to it or something like that. I don't know, it's some sort of legal mumbo jumbo that I really don't care about. Anyway, this is Energon Sixshot, a mould that is much maligned. People tend to harangue it for not really turning into anything. I can understand those criticisms. I mean, that mode. This is one of his modes. He's a triple changer. I'd say he's a proper triple changer as well. I like this figure regardless of its flaws. People tend to say, well, that isn't anything, it's just the robot mode folded up. And you can certainly see that. I mean, this is the robot mode chest, this is his head turned on its side, this is one arm, this is one arm, these are his legs. It's supposed to be like a Cybertronian tank thingy. I can get behind it, I like it. It looks like a big mobile doomsday weapon, and the turret turns, which is nice. But just look at that thing, he's got a big cannon, and it does that, and that. It stands to attention, we like that. I like Transformers that have big weapons. Oh god, I'm gonna have to restart this review, aren't I? I'll put like a PG-13 warning on it. I like Transformers that have large... I can't... No, it doesn't matter how I phrase this, it's going to go wrong. I like Transformers that have large weapons, and this one has probably proportionately one of the biggest weapons in existence in Transformerdom, which is lovely. I prefer big hand-to-hand weapons than big firing... Oh, God. No, it's not going well. Not going well at all. I prefer big melee weapons to big long-range weapons. I like Transformers that have really big swords or cudgels or maces or something to that effect, but in a pinch a really big cannon will do just as nicely. I actually prefer this guy to Shock Blast. I think this guy's colour scheme, which is this weird mustard green affair with metallic purple flakes and red, which really shouldn't work. It's garish as hell, but does somehow. The colours are nicely contrasting. He looks very, very nice indeed. Don't know much about his character because, as I say, I hate the Unicron trilogy with such a passion, and I didn't even get to any of the episodes of Energon that featured this chappie. He is in it, apparently. He's Shock Blast's brother. Shock Blast is a complete nutcase. This guy a little bit less so, but still highly criminal and unpleasant by all accounts. He's very manipulative and quite clever. He designs weapons for the Decepticons or on the Cybertronian black market or something like that. He's immensely powerful, very much like Shock Blast. There you go. That's the BG, as it were. Anyway, it's quite a nice toy. I like it. Yes, it requires imagination in this mode. It does in his other mode as well. It requires a wee bit of imagination. But I really, really don't mind that at all because he's a satellite former. And they're very few and far between, our satellite formers. I can't think of that many others. There's a Minicon team that becomes a satellite, which is shit. There's Revenge of the Fallen Soundwave, who's actually really lovely, but could do with being about 5 times bigger. I think that's about it. But this one is undoubtedly the best of the bunch. Now, I've got to see if I can remember how to do this. I haven't transformed this guy for freaking ages. I'm not sure I can remember how this goes, but I'll do my best. Right, I know that his legs go akimbo at some point, and these funny panels flip out. I like that. He's got panels all over his body with these shiny metallic bits inside that are sort of like, I don't know, solar panels or something for the satellite. I like that a lot. That's very, very, very nice. Right then, it's these bits I have trouble with. I can't for the freaking life of me remember how these go. Ah, I think, ladies and gentlemen, I think I've got it. This is rather clever. He's got sliders. I like Transformers that have sliding bits for some reason. That turns me on something fierce. Everything's turning me on something fierce today. I really don't know why. Incidentally, has anyone out there played Clive Barker's Jericho? I'm going through that at the moment. I've had it for a very long time, and the reason I haven't played it through is because it sucks ass. It's a really terribly executed game, and I'm only playing it because it's got Clive Barker's name on it, and I really love Clive Barker. It's aesthetically an interesting game, but God, it sucks. It's so badly executed. Complete aside there. Anyway, I think that's it. I think that is how he goes in his satellite mode. You've got, I mean, it doesn't look like much of anything, but with a bit of imagination, I can certainly see that. I can see that orbiting in space around Cybertron or something to that effect. Have I got this wrong? Is that the way it goes? I think that's how it goes. It is kind of multiple choice. It's one of those things that there's no particular way of putting most of these panels. You just put them as and how you wish. I like them like that, where you've got the weapon pointing down. It looks like he takes in solar energy and just targets cities on Earth and obliterates them. It's the kind of mode that makes me wish that the Energon cartoon was done well and was a little bit darker, because I think this guy and his brother Shock Blast could have been really apocalyptic. I like it. I like it a lot, even though it is a little bit, I will admit, it's a little bit lazy as a mode. It's a little bit lazy because it is just the robot mode with its legs out and panels opened up. But that's fine. And the big ass cannon pointing down, of course, which is lovely. Anyway, that's his satellite mode, which I like. I like a hell of a lot. He does have a gimmick, by the way. If you push this, oh, it fired out. Oh, what joy. Don't we just love firing missiles? No, we fucking do not. Anyway, when you fire the cannon, he's supposed to make noise, but I've taken the batteries out because I hate Transformers that make noise. And these extra panels flip up and these spikes come out. That's an okay gimmick. I don't mind that. Snap it back in there. Go back in, you bastard. Oh dear, I think I may have broken it. Oh no, I haven't. That's it. There we go. That's shot. Sixshot. Why? why Sixshot? I mean, that's something that's slightly annoying about this toy. There's nothing that warrants the 6 prefix in his name. What is 6 about him? Does he have a maximum of 6 shots, then conks out or something? He doesn't have 6 modes, so it's not that. I think it was just an appropriate name. Apparently he was going to be originally called Scattershot, which makes much more sense than Sixshot, but there we go. Anyway, let's get him into robot mode, which is beautiful, actually. He's got a really successful bot mode, this guy. It's very much an updated G1 Shockwave. Every inch of him is Shockwave, which is why the original one really should have been called Shockwave and not Shock Blast, which is a cack name. Right, this is the bit that always gets me. He's got a kind of elaborate chest section here, and I can never remember how to do it properly. That goes like that, and these bits come up the back and form a backpack. That's it. Now, I do have a couple of complaints about this guy's bot mode, and they will become evident once I'm finished transforming him. I think one thing I like about some of the toys from this era, they are structurally and in design very different from the Beast Wars Transformers, which tended to be highly posable but very loose and ball jointed, so there were bits flapping everywhere. These guys, the Energon and Armada guys, are slightly more coherent than Beast Wars toys, and are listen to that click, always nice, always lovely. They're a bit more coherent than Beast Wars toys, and they do resemble the boxy aesthetic of G1, which is what I think they were going for. And I like that. I rather like the differing aesthetic from the Beast Wars toys. There he is. That is Energon's Sixshot in his robot. I mean, just look at that head. That head is so Shockwave. And that chest, very G1 Shockwave. Big cannon on his arm, very G1 Shockwave. The guy is Shockwave, really. I won't even go so far as to call the original version of this Shock Blast. It's Shockwave. It's one of those things. It's like Reveal the Shield or Generations Darkmount, who we all know is Straxus. He's Lord Straxus. So that's what everybody calls him, even though on the package he's called Darkmount. Anyway, there he is, Sixshot. He's very nice for a toy from this era. He's perfectly posable. I mean, he's got a wide range of posability. Lovely clicking joints. His legs are very posable. Really humongous feet for some reason, which means he stands quite nicely. He's got a nicely articulated arm with a proper hand on this side and this odd shield affair. Very cool. The only problem is, as you can see, the body, the torso here, is affixed to the abdomen by one thing, and that is that flimsy little hinge there. That's it. There's nothing it clips into at all. There's no clip, there's no slot or socket, and as I look at that gap. It leans forward and puts loads of stress on this here, and the amount of these guys I've seen where that has snapped is unreal. All it would have taken is just something to slot these two together or clip them together, or something to clip the back onto the backpack to hold it firm. And it's not there. I mean, it's one of those things where you look at it and you think, for fuck's sake, Hasbro, you were an inch away from a good toy making a spectacular toy. And why? Why? It just mars what is otherwise a really cool, fun, flavourful toy. Anyway, that is Energon's Sixshot, and he's bloody lovely. He really is a nice toy. If you can get either of them, pick them up. I might actually go all out and get an Energon Shock Blast if I can find one, simply because it is such a good toy, and I wouldn't mind owning both of them to display them together. A potential for auto-assembly, I think. Anyway, there's your lot for me Transformers review for this this week, or I don't know, it depends. If I feel like doing another one, I'll do another one. My next video will likely be my answers video to my Q&A session, so if you have any questions or queries or whatever, any unfathomable mysteries that you want exploring, just let me know in the comments section or something. Energon Sixshot, well worth getting. Very, very nice. Don't watch the cartoon, because you will have some sort of bizarre fit.